It's the Super Dungeon Brothers Super Show with Dungeon Dan and DM Steve. So I have this story here from Vulture,
Mm-hmm.
and James Earl Jones may be hanging up his Darth Vader helmet.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's maybe. I think it
I think
probably
it's actual.
is.
I've seen several other articles that have not said maybe, that have said this is a definite thing. The man is what, 80 some years old
Now he's
at this point?
91. He's
Oh, he's
91
91
according to
years
this
old.
article
Wow.
here.
So
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 let
yeah.
me read a little bit of this because it's a really
Okay.
short article. It basically
Okay.
kind of explains everything and then we can talk about it. It says James Earl Jones is stepping back from his legendary role as Darth Vader. According to a new report from Vanity Fair, the 91-year-old actor who has voiced Darth Vader since the original 1977 Star Wars signed over the rights to his archival voice recordings to filmmakers using new AI technology. Lucasfilm partnered with Ukrainian startup Respeecher plans to use the recordings to recreate Jones's iconic voice in future Lucasfilm projects. Respeecher first worked with Lucasfilm on the voice of young Luke Skywalker for Book of Boba Fett. They also recreated Jones' voice for Obi-Wan Kenobi. I kind of figured that, which streamed on Disney Plus this past summer. Though Jones did not voice Vader on Kenobi, Lucasfilm veteran Matthew Wood credits Jones with guiding the performance and acting
Okay.
as a benevolent godfather. Jones reportedly signed off on the plan after hearing Reese Beecher's work on Obi-Wan Kenobi. The actor, according to Wood, wished to keep Vader alive. And that's really the end of the story there.
Yeah, that's really the entire thing right there. So what do you think about this? I mean, I I couldn't tell from Vader's voice in Obi-Wan Kenobi that that was an AI voice. I actually couldn't tell that that there was a difference. And I actually thought, "Oh, James Earl Jones sounds very good." Um,
Hmm.
for as old as he is, but and if he's alive and is signed off on it, then who are we to judge anything if he actually, I mean, I'd rather have that happen and it be good than somebody else take over and there be a difference, and a noticeable difference that kind of ruins it and takes you out of it. You know what I mean?
Counterpoint.
Okay.
Now that there's no Well, now that the original actor is not involved, or
Mhm.
couldn't possibly be not involved in the future, he then loses the ability to say, no, don't don't do that. Don't say that with my voice.
This is true. This is
Right?
true.
Like Darth Vader can now like say anything. And like in an ad,
Mhm.
right? Like a
This
Coca-Cola
is true.
ad, Darth Vader can be like, you know, enjoy Coke. You know what I mean? Like
Right. Well,
anything.
here's the thing though. Didn't that happen?
I mean, well, here's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not just saying that. I'm saying anything though. Like
Oh, okay.
things
Right.
that possibly he might, you know, that
He
James
might
Earl
be
Jones might
morally,
disagree with, like morally
yeah.
or ethically, it's like something he could
He
say
might,
anything. He could
yeah,
be
this is
literally
true.
made to say anything that Disney, whoever is in control of that at the time, is.
Mhm.
So that's a
Okay.
little weird, man. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
that
It's
that is a little strange. Mhm.
so that's the counterpoint. I understand what you're saying. I mean, as far
Mhm.
as like a fan and you like want Darth Vader to
Right.
continue to sound like Darth Vader. And to
Yes.
your point, I think that the in Obi-Wan that was one good thing. Darth Vader sounded good,
Mhm.
which is
Yes.
why I thought it was possibly some sort of AI or deep fake
Mhm.
because when he voiced Vader in Rogue One, it was him, and they
Yes,
didn't
it was
really
him.
do too much, and it was
Mhm.
like kind of deeper, and it didn't really like if you listen to how Vader sounds in Rogue One and then listen to how he sounds in A New Hope, like obviously there's
Hmm.
decades in between
Right
those
there. Right.
performances,
Of
and they
course.
sound really different. And you can tell that he's older, and you
Hmm.
just listen to his voice now. You just tell that he's older.
Well, yeah.
He just doesn't
Hmm.
sound exactly the same. He sounds close.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I knew that I had a feeling that that was an AI or somehow
Hmm.
assisted or adjusted in some way,
Well, this
more than
also,
like Rogue One.
mhm. To your point though, this also opens up kind of a Pandora's box for other actors, you know, down the line, people who have iconic voices. Uh, like the guy who played Putty uh from Seinfeld. That guy. What's his name? He was like Blue Beetle. He's you know,
I don't know who you're
or
talking
somebody
about.
like Bruce Campbell who's got like a very, distinct voice. Let's say.
Patrick
Um
Stewart,
Patrick Stewart, cuz Patrick Stewart now, in
older, and
Picard
he
doesn't
doesn't
sound like.
sound.
No, no. And if they wanted to go back and do something from before, or put him into a video game from before, they can now do that. Or, depending on whether or not they sign off on these voices or not. It's the same thing with the image. Um, Famously, Carrie Fisher's family kind of didn't sign off on having her image, you know, they signed off on the image for Rogue One, but I don't think they signed off like for her image going forward to be in any new Star Wars.
You sure?
I'm almost positive that they didn't
I mean, they allowed her like footage to be used in that last the Skywalker movie.
because it was footage that she had already filmed herself.
Okay.
I'm
Like
talking
anything
about
going forward as far
anything
as
going forward,
digitally
yes.
recreating her.
Right. I
Okay.
don't think they've given permission for her to be
Gotcha.
digitally recreated in any form,
That's probably
going forward.
good. I
Right.
get that. Like again, I totally
Mhm.
understand that because then she's like this weird digital zombie that they can do
Right.
anything they want
They can
with,
do,
and
yeah, right.
that's really weird, man. That's
Mhm.
creepy. So,
That's a strange thing,
yeah.
my how times have changed.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see what happens with
Mhm.
this, but hopefully they do good things, but Disney's evil, so probably not.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably not.
Hey there, this is Garrett from Dicks in the Dark. Check out our live stream every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't worry about missing a stream, the VODs are uploaded to the YouTube channel the following day. Check out the links in the description below.